Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today let's test out a wool pressing mat. This wool pressing mat is from Quilt in a Day. It's 12 inches by 18 inches, and it's a 1/2 inch thick. And it's a pressed wool. It's a very, very firm pressing surface. And it's 100% wool. Wool is naturally fire resistant. It doesn't melt and it doesn't burn. It can absorb a lot of moisture. Wool whisks away moisture and adjusts well to temperature. Wool is a natural product. It has a lanolin in it. Let's try it for some pressing. This block has been pressed on a regular ironing surface. And the regular iron surface, blocks have a tendency to move because it's usually a cotton top on top of the iron, so the blocks can slide. But on a wool surface, it grips the block. So if you've laid your block out and smoothed it with your hand, it's going to stay in that position. And you can see with me pushing the iron instead of pressing that the block is really not moving very much. So it's not going to stretch and distort. And it definitely has pressed it very well. Is definitely a lot flatter. And the board is just nice and warm. It's not hot at all. Let's try to press some other fabrics. I have a very soft nylon with a heavy beaded embroidery along the bottom. I'm going to take the beads and I'm going to face them down. And I'm going to iron the fabric as I would normally with any surface. It is perfectly flat. So this area is the pressed area, and this is not. No wrinkles in the fabric, and the embroidery is perfectly flat. And here you can see that it's still sticking up. Let's try some linen. I'm going to lay this out as flat as I can. Now let's press it. It's been a very nice pressing surface for the linen. I have a little bit of moisture underneath from that steam, but not very much. I have no heat really from the underside yet. 100% cotton eyelet. And I definitely like to add starch, so let's see what the starch is like. I'm going to starch the item. I'm also going to starch the mat. Let's see what we have. It dries it quite nice. And let's try the mat. I've had no white flaking off of the mat. Definitely has a nice finish. There is no line from my seam underneath. This is a medium weight cotton, and it has heavy embroidery with little cutouts. It was store-bought, but you can see how it's not laying nice and flat. It really is holding the fabric and not moving the fabric. And that definitely is nice and flat. Velvet. I will put a pressing sheet on this. I could really feel that that fabric is not slipping underneath. It is perfectly pressed. And it did not crush the velvet. I really like the idea that the wool holds the fabric onto the pressing surface, which means I'm not going to have any shifting as I'm ironing. And no shifting means less distorting as I'm quilting. And you can get wool pressing mats in many different sizes. I do hope that answers a lot of the questions on what can I press on a wool pressing mat. And as always, thank you for joining me today on So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe and come on back. Let's see what we're sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.